Hi everyone, this is Jeff Chenore with the Chenore Real Estate Group, and I've got your market stats available for you for week ending 9/23 in Broward County. Not a lot has changed, but still a little bit interesting. Active properties this week, 764. Last week it was only 767 new listings. So we're putting on virtually the same amount of new properties this week as we did last week. Price reduced is a little higher this week. We had 695 houses reduced. Last week, just over 600. There were 142 listings that canceled this week, and last week it was 147. So 142 times someone, for whatever reason, took their house off the market. There's a lot of reasons for that, which we could go into at a later date, but 142 people took their house off the market. Maybe has had anything to do with interest rates? We'll see. Closed sales. Last week we had 629 properties in Broward County closed. This week we had 589. So all in all, pretty similar. Pending sales is down just a bit. We only put 391 houses under contract this week in Broward. And last week, for reference, we had 421. So just a few, just down a little bit, but still down nonetheless. Expired listings held about the same. Last week, 80, this week, 76. 76 people had their house on the market, and for whatever reason, it didn't sell. What mostly is the reason that expired listings expire? Most of the time it's got something to do with price. The average days on market in Broward County changed just a little bit. It's 32. Last week it was 35. Dade County, the numbers are kind of similar. Not a lot of changes, but still. Last week we had 849 new listings. This week we've got 829. So real close, right? Price reduced, little bit different. 566 last week. 566 people reduced the price of their property. This week, 609. That's a pretty big increase. That's a noticeable increase in price reduced properties. Canceled came down just a little bit. In Dade County, 191 people last week. This week, 178. Again, lots of reasons for people maybe to cancel their listing, but those numbers are pretty similar. Closed sales are pretty similar too. 543 last week. For week ending 9/23, 572 houses sold in Dade County. Pendings, a little bit higher this week. We put 478 houses under contract. And that's good when you think that last week we had 437. So contract pendings are going up just a little bit. Days on market, expireds, those went roughly unchanged. Last week we had 99 expired, we had 105 this week. Last week we had 46 days on market average. This week in Dade County, 46 days on market on average. So relatively unchanged. So what's my recap? What's going on? Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes slowed in August for the 7th month in a row as sharply higher mortgage rates and rising prices made home buying less affordable, further cooling the once red-hot housing market. The National Association of Realtors, whose information I like to trust, said Wednesday that existing home sales fell 0.4% last month from July to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.8 million. That's higher than what economists were expecting, according to FactSet. Sales fell 19.9% from August last year and now are at the slowest annual pace since May 2020, near the start of the pandemic. The national median home price jumped 7.7% in August from a year earlier to $389,500. As the housing market has cooled, home prices have been rising at a more moderate pace, after surging annually by 20% earlier this year. Before the pandemic, the median home price was rising about 5% per year. The rising mortgage rate has clearly hampered the housing market, said Lawrence Yun, NAR's national chief economist. So what's all this mean? Well, it means what we've been saying is true. The housing market is slowing down, tightening up a little bit. Pricing is more important than ever. You should expect if you put your house on the market, it's going to take a little longer to sell. It will sell. It's just not going to sell in a day or in a week. It may take a month or two. Pricing is critical. I'm Jeff with the Chenore Real Estate Group. I hope you were paying attention. This is a critical time to be paying attention to the real estate market. Also, if you have any questions about your house, what could it sell for, the next house you want to buy, just contact us. All our information is down below and we'd love to talk to you. Again, I'm Jeff Chenore with the Chenore Real Estate Group. See you next week.